So my name is Peter Depaulo. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Satori. And what we're going to be talking about today as a whole founding team is this. Artists today are not valued in our society, but we're on the brink of a creative renaissance. We at Satori want to dive head first into this, and we think what we can do is leverage NFTs to empower artists to create new markets. Today's NFTs look a lot like yesterday. We see tomorrow's NFTs. And to talk about it, I want to invite my team. First up is Mally. Come on up. Mally's our creative director. Everything in the brand you've seen. Next will be Danny. Danny, come on up. Danny's ecosystem, BD, she's helped create this whole party. And last is Matt, our CTO, who's going to talk about technology. So to get started, I'm going to pass the mic over to Mally, and she's going to tell you a little bit about this creative renaissance.
Hi, everyone. So what do we mean when we say creative renaissance? Renaissances, of course, have happened before. The historical Renaissance in the 1500s was an explosion of art, music, literature, science, philosophy, catalyzed by a huge wealth creation event, which was actually the invention of double entry accounting, which is basically just the recording in a ledger of who has paid what to whom, and like itemizing a business by each account. So it might seem simple to us, but this bookkeeping invention, this ledger, was literally the beginning of the modern world. The advent of Web3 is another such wealth creation event. People are making a lot of money right now that's never been there before. It's literally new money. We've once again reinvented the ledger with blockchain and crypto. But it's easy to forget that programmable blockchains have only been around for about 5 years, and blockchains that can actually support mainstream adoption like Near are even newer. Web 2 has given artists a platform better than ever before to share their work and find their people, but Web 2 hasn't actually made it easier to make a living as an artist. And this is really as true for the superstars selling out stadium tours as it is for someone making time for their hobby on nights and weekends. And the fact is that today's media is built on outdated and predatory and even extractive business models. But thanks to crypto, it doesn't have to be that way anymore. Right now, platforms and distributors own the art and the artists and the fans. But in the new paradigm that we're all building together, artists can interact with fans and collectors directly through new channels on open networks. And for the first time ever, fandoms can become markets where people can earn together. So this wealth creation event happening right now, this renaissance, is global and open, unlike any that's come before. In the historical Renaissance, wealth creation made merchants wealthy, and they spent that money patronizing the arts. But in today's open web renaissance, wealth creation is an opportunity open to everyone, and artists can participate directly. That's why we're building Satori. This is Matt.
Hey guys, so I'm going to get into the meat and potatoes of Satori. So we found the secret land of NFTs. But what does that mean? What does that mean for Satori and our roadmap? I'll just jump forward a couple of slides. There we go. Okay, so here's our roadmap. The evolution of Satori is basically a tree. It's branching out. It's becoming much bigger than Satori itself because we are, in fact, building a minting protocol. Our technology is and always will be open and composable. We feel that NFTs are going mainstream, and this is going to be changing the art world in 2 ways. New ways for artists to interact with their fans and communities, and also new artist markets that enable both the artist and the fans to be paid. We deliver NFTs to the mainstream audiences via the atomic units at the bottom called NFT primitives. For example, an NFT that earns yield, or NFTs that serve as work permits for fans, giving them permission to become spokespeople for an artist and promote their favorite artists. By breaking down the barriers between the art world and the art market, we can enable artists to connect directly with their fans and grow their ecosystems and become sustainable financial ecosystems together. So we'll jump forward. I don't know who's controlling the slides. I think it's Peter. Thanks. So Satori achieves its vision in 3 parts. First, we build our services on top of open APIs. Everything that Satori mints is non-custodial for the fans, so they truly own the assets. And everything that we do, we administer for the artists, so the artists are basically owning their contracts and their ability to distribute. This is also easily composable with other primitives from the Near ecosystem as well. Second, artists and entrepreneurs can create products built on our minting API, Spearmint. It's an everything for NFTs API. And Spearmint is currently in private beta, so you can ask Ken for access. Where's Ken? There he is. He's big, and he's got a pink hat on. So we believe that helping artists launch NFT primitives where volume and utility is greater than scarcity lays the foundation for composing NFT with other DeFi and DAO primitives from the Near ecosystem. 2 products that we personally have built on top of Spearmint very, very quickly are ShopDrop, which is a high-volume, low-cost NFT sales app in the Shopify marketplace, available to any Shopify Plus merchants right now, and Sonar, which enables artists to reward their fans on social media for engaging. So, for example, a retweet or a post with a hashtag. Distribution via Spearmint allows us to rapidly fill communities with NFTs, whether you're selling hundreds of thousands of NFTs for $5 or whether you're dropping millions of NFTs through social media bounties. Finally, we believe the future lies in new channels and powerful network effects that we're creating between the artists and the fans. These channels are economic, social, and cultural, and we believe the utility and network effects of NFTs are more powerful than the current collectible and scarcity-based NFTs that we see today. So our go-to-market is piggybacking on existing Web2 behaviors. If you caught my talk earlier, you see me talking a lot about Web2 distribution, keeping things familiar, keeping things easy for the artists and the developers and entrepreneurs that are building on top of Spearmint. That's today. But tomorrow, our infrastructure is basically going to be decentralized, and in parallel, we're building our node-based infrastructure today. We're bundling the best of Web3, such as IPFS, Filecoin, and of course, Near protocol standards, and we're delivering that basically to the world. So here's Danny to talk a little bit about ecosystem and growth.
All right. Thank you, Matt. That was very cool. So Satori's blue sky idea is that NFTs should go mainstream, and we're going to be empowering artists everywhere. And it really comes down to the concept that crypto and blockchain technology belongs to everyone, and the barriers of entry should be lowered so that you don't have to know anything about writing smart contracts, so that you don't need to understand, how do these particular APIs wrap around something to create XYZ, because the barrier to entry should be your creativity. It should be how much passion you have, how many people you can inspire, the communities that you can build around you. And so Satori's great vision is that if we take care of that for you, if we take care of the smart contracts and we build the APIs and we lay this foundation, that all of you will join us and build things on top of that, and our ecosystem can really flourish and grow. And ultimately, I really think that the greatest projects that come through are the ones that have people and passion and ideas behind them, that have some specific directive as to what they want to do and where they want to be in the world. And that's going to make all the difference. And so with that, I want to say that right now we're at the very, very tip of where we are in the tip of the iceberg, the beginning of this opportunity. The biggest platform for NFT trading has 300,000 people in there right now. It's tiny. The biggest game that's out there, 700,000. Period. And if you think about the people in the world, if you think about adults in America, adults in Canada, and Europe, and South America, Asia, there's over 1 billion people, at the very least, who could really be part of this NFT marketplace, of this NFT ecosystem. And by really making it so easy to use, so easy to access, so easy to mint, the user experience replicating Web2 patterns, and by enabling projects like yours to only have to work on the front end, to be able to talk to this directly from a Web2 perspective with APIs that interact directly and create all your blockchain, then we can really start this kind of revolution. So we're excited to have you here today and do our soft launch of Satori. And we hope that you'll stick around, talk to us, tell us about your ideas, and we'd love to lift you up and have you join us in this adventure. Mally?
Yeah, so like Danny said, we think NFTs are just the beginning. A lot of the world has now heard of crypto, but not that many people are using it, and even fewer people probably trust it. And that's why we want everything Satori builds to be built with artists, not for artists. We want artists to see this as a new creative medium, as a new content delivery system, as a new way to interact with their fans, as a new way to share their ideas with the world. And I don't think we will have succeeded in this mission until artists feel that they've built this future with us, that they're part of the ecosystem, that they're part of this crypto Web3 movement, creative renaissance. The four of us in our team really strongly feel that money and technology are important tools for change. They're catalysts for change, but what truly changes the world is culture. Art changes the world. So that's why we're doing what we're doing. Peter?
I just want to thank my team. Really proud. Also, we have some of our core team here in the back. You guys, what's up? Woo! Say hi to people in pink hats or blue hats. I want to kind of summarize what we covered and talk a little bit about the name. This is the fun part of being a CEO, is being a little indulgent about the narrative. So we truly believe that right now, the way people behave undervalues sort of core contributors to our entire culture, right? I have friends who are musicians who are completely broke, and they are some of the most talented people I've ever met. Lachlan is a Juilliard-trained pianist, and he's also our first engineering hire, right? So we have this narrative weaving through society, and we have these cycles in society that we are tuning into, right? This idea of a renaissance, true, like a rebirth of culture, where you have these market events that drive cultural events. Just like in crypto, you have these market events, see Ed nodding, driving cultural events, all right? And this is where the name comes from. Satori is a Zen Buddhist term meaning sudden enlightenment. What blockchain needs is its aha moment. Satori, an epiphany, right? So what's with the flowers? Our icon is the sakura. It's a Japanese cherry blossom. That's that little thing you can see right here. Oh, whoops, sorry. Down here, you guys maybe can't see it, but it'll be on the front in a second. This is maybe the most wooey thing I'm gonna say on stage, but we see the world as this big, dark forest. People are dropped inside of it, right? You have the Jeff Bezoses of the world building testaments to themselves. They're building these phallic rockets that are like penetrating the atmosphere. You've got these, Steve Jobs, like this great figure, invented the iPhone, thank you, right? But it was based entirely on his ego. It was based entirely on, can I build a ziggurat to myself? We're doing something different. We're planting flowers. Artists plant flowers. Artists plant flowers that other people get to see. Whether the artist is there when you appreciate their flowers or whether they're not, it doesn't matter because they created something that is objectively beautiful. That's what the flower represents. A flower represents nature's attempt at objective beauty. And at the core of everything that we're doing here in blockchain, in Satori, that's what we're driving towards, right? And so what I want to leave you with, we're a little ahead of schedule, but I want to leave you guys with a flower. You can see our technology. You notice we didn't talk a lot about our products. This is our product. You can scan this, you can claim an NFT on mainnet. And I will just say one thing about how this was generated. Our documentation can generate these claim links. So if you are a developer, talk to Matt. He can teach you how to do it. If you're an investor, we're raising a $10 million fundraise. It's about to close. And this is our soft launch. We're not even launched yet. We've got basically 2 million NFTs that we're going to be launching in Q1. We've already sort of signed the contracts on. And in January, mid-January is when you're going to hear a lot about us. But we wanted to share this little flower that is Satori. Sorry to get sentimental, all you techie people. With you here inside of the Near family. So, we're Satori. Thank you very much for your attention, everybody.